we are allocating, the public taxes that we allocate to education, 700 billion shillings is a lot of money. And integrity must be front and center in us delivering on education and making sure that we can account to the Kenyan public on the resources we are spending in education. I have been in this space for a while, both as a member of parliament and subsequently as a minister for higher education. And I know full well how important and how impactful delivery on education can be to not just our learners, but to our society in general. It is the reason why I instructed the Ministry of Education to do a proper audit and to take the next step and digitize education data. You know, you will be well to know that when we carried out audit and when we decided to verify the numbers of students in primary school, the numbers of students in secondary schools, the numbers of schools themselves, you know. We got to know that there were 87,000 or thereabout ghost students in our secondary schools. Students we were registered. Close to 200 schools that did not exist. We are asking some very difficult questions to some of our head teachers and education at the county level. Because accountability, integrity is central to us making sure that all our resources because of this, we are now moving to the next step. And I have instructed the Ministry of Education, working with the concern that we digitize all the education details of every learner, every school, teachers, bursaries, and everything else, so that we can make sure that through technology, deployment of technology, using digital data, we can easily check on whether we have the right number of students, whether we have the right number of teachers, where we have gaps, and what we need to do. And progressively, we have seen what technology has done. I will give you an example. We had very big difficulties. I tried it before, For a very long time, almost 10, 15 years, we only registered 300,000 farmers. But we did a national exercise, rolled out a whole of government approach. Today, we have 7.2 million registered farmers. We know how many sugarcane farmers, how many coffee farmers, how many tea farmers, how many growers of wheat, how many growers of maize. Today, for you to buy fertilizer, you have to bring a digital voucher because we allocate every farmer, because we know farmer X has 5 acres. He cannot come and claim fertilizer for 20 acres because he doesn't have 20 acres. So the system automatically knows and allocates fertilizer on account of the acreage of farmers. We have dealt with huge cartels that were big problems to us because we digitized data. I want to encourage stakeholders, from our teachers to boards to parents, for all of us to agree to a digitization process so that it makes it easy for us to deploy all the resources we are deploying, whether it is capitation, whether it is bursaries, and everything in between. I am happy that we have teachers and teachers' representatives in our midst. The question I will ask my good friend Oyu and and my sorry, the leadership from Kupet, Oyu, sorry. The question I'm going to ask them is, we have some head teachers who have taken us to court that they do not want to pay parents to pay school fees on e-citizen. They want to continue writing receipts on pieces of exercise book. Why? Honestly, mutusaidie. Why do you want to continue writing receipts on pieces of paper where nobody, traces, your exercise book iliandikwa ilipotea, shule ilichomeka ikachoma na receipt, sijui nini? Today, parents should be able to pay from the comfort of their homes on e-citizen school fees for their children, where we can verify the data, where we can know that this money was paid. We have made a decision. I have made a strategic decision that we do not want to deal in cash in this administration, because cash is very sticky, And that is why today you can pay literally for any government service, on a digital platform, through M-Pesa, through the bank, so that you have traceability and we can have visibility as government that so much money has been paid. So mutatusaidia Bwana Oju na Maisori na wadosi, mtuambie hawa watu tuwachane na giza, please. Wacha tukuje mahali kwa mwangaza hapo, kila mtu aonekane nini inafanyika, bandegane inasonga namna hiyo. I don't think asking for transparency is too much, right? But I'm talking about very few teachers. The rest of the teaching fraternity, many schools across Kenya today, they are accountable. They accept money to be paid on a digital platform. In fact, I have head teachers who have rejected cash. They say they've told parents, go pay using a digital platform because we want accountability. This is how we want to move into the future. And that is why I have singled out your theme here of accountability. If we are accountable, we can do more with the resources we have. And we can improve learning outcomes better with the resources that we have. This year, The first cohort of grade 9 learners under the competence-based education joined senior school with over 99% transition. We must safeguard the unique ability of education to be an equalizer for all by eliminating man-made bottlenecks that frustrate access to quality learning and stand between our children and a brighter future. Equally important is making available the necessary learning resources to our schools on time. Beginning this year, we have ensured that capitation funds are disbursed to public schools before the opening date.